Welcome back. There's been a lot going on this week, and I know you can feel it. And many folks are definitely looking forward to this holiday weekend to give them a chance to have some fun. It's Self-Care Saturday here on BNC, and tonight, Dr. Shani Turner explains how setting boundaries for yourself could also be helpful headed into this holiday for self-care. Dr. Shani Turner, thank you so much for joining us for Self-Care Saturday.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, it's Easter weekend, so this is also the first holiday that at least 100 million people have actually gotten vaccinated, feeling more comfortable now. So more people will likely be getting together since folks hadn't been getting together like that for the holidays. What type of impact has that had on folks' mental health this past year?
I think it's really exciting. I think that we have, for over a year, been in the house and been separated from people that we love and being able to participate in activities. And I think now we have such an opportunity to just be in community, fellowship with one another. And it feels really great for ourselves and for our children. So I think it's a really exciting time. I also think that there is some caution that I still think that we need to be mindful of at this time as well.
So what has it been like for people? I mean, so many folks have lost their loved ones. It's been a really tough year, right? And, you know, it could possibly potentially bring up some harsh memories to folks coming up on this holiday, with it being a time that people can actually get together.
Absolutely. And I think the thing that I would say is that people really need to set good boundaries for themselves, because it has been such a difficult year and because we have been separated from each other for a year. I think it's really important that people are honest with themselves about what they can handle and what they can't. And I think setting good boundaries for yourself is the way to do that. Not setting boundaries to the point where you are not willing to engage with anyone, but that you understand you don't have to be at the event for the whole day. You can do something in the morning and take the afternoon off. You can choose to visit a small group of family members versus going to the larger family gathering, but really thinking about setting some clear boundaries on what's comfortable for you and what you have been through in this last year.
And Dr. Turner, what are some of those things that your clients have brought up to you?
I think that just what the holidays used to be, right? What we used to be able to do. I think I traditionally see a lot of African American clients, and the holidays become a large family gathering at times. And even though some of my clients may be going into those same type of events, it is not the same, right? It is a smaller group of people. It might be one or two families coming together. It might be a family available on Zoom. It may be that, families are doing drive-bys where they can kind of wave and see each other and share a meal kind of through that type of practice. And I think that I validate that and I welcome us allowing that to feel okay in this season, that might not be what it is for us going forward, but it's okay that at least there's a small number of us that are able to get together.
And how does that actually help kind of impact your own self-care routine, right?
Yes, I think it's huge because we need each other. Like being in the house, it was tough. I myself have children, so I can speak for people that have children and have young children. It's hard when you don't have that community and when you're with a smaller pod of people. So having an opportunity to be around other mothers, be around my siblings, be around my family members is really encouraging and motivating and brings us one step closer to being able to be together. And that is ultimately great self-care, great for our overall mental health and well-being.
And I look at with this weekend being Easter, people are going to be doing probably even if it's small Easter egg hunts or something like that with their children or just with family members. That type of togetherness would also allow you to kind of have some happiness added to your life at this point.
Absolutely. And I encourage everyone to, I'm in Massachusetts. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, getting outside and trying to do those things, having my children go outside and do an Easter egg hunt, being able to take a walk, doing a hike, riding bikes. Those are the activities that we absolutely can do with people we love. So normally where it would look like, a gathering in someone's house, it may be that we're gathering at a park. It may be that we're going for a hike. It may be that we're doing things with the kids that is outside, but it's still really good for our mental mental health and overall well-being.
And what would you say to those people who are having a tough time going into this holiday? Maybe they're used to grandma cooking that favorite meal on Easter or something like that. What would you say to them?
I would say go back to those boundaries. I think that ultimately you have to do what's best for you. While I have some loved ones and some dear friends of mine that have lost significant family members at this time, I want them to know that I'm here for them and that there are resources, there are mental health resources, but don't push yourself to do more than you can handle. Like I said, if just going to an event during the day, meeting a friend for brunch, going and taking a walk, if that's all that you can handle in this moment, please know that that is okay. If there's more that you're comfortable with taking on, if you want to go to the family gathering and you want to stay for an hour and that's your limit, it's okay for you to do that. And I encourage us all to think about seeking those additional mental health services because we have other holidays coming up and this is going to continue to be challenging and difficult. So it's not just about Easter, it's really about moving forward and trying to get ourselves in a place where this is something that we can heal from, that we're trying to find healing and moving forward and having those relationships again.
And lastly, Dr. Turner, what is your self-care tip of the week?
I prioritize myself on a weekly basis. So between Zumba, between physical therapy, between just having dinner with my girlfriends, I'm a mom first, I'm a psychologist second, but being a mom and psychologist means I have to do things for me. I have to pour into me. And so I encourage everyone as a tip to don't make yourself feel the shame or the guilt of prioritizing yourself in small ways and in big ways. Reward yourself, pour into yourself because you are the driving force for many people behind you and you have to always be well.
I love that. Very, very awesome advice. Well, Dr. Turner, we want to thank you for joining us for Self-Care Saturday.
Thank you so much for having me. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.